Hello, my name is Charles Roberts, creator of Method Shaving. Today I want to present to you a new concept in method shaving, which is a considerable advance on what we've done before. It's called the brace and cut, and I've been working on this for quite a while, a couple of years. I've tested it with some other shavers. It's done very, very well. It will extend the power on the application of the shaving cloth to a new level that we've not seen before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the cloth, I'm going to put up my primer, and I'm going to go on ahead and cut the 3-form model as usual. I'm going to go ahead and start with that right now just to show you how this process actually works through a full shaving sequence. I've got my cloth and I've got my primer. I've had it in the water for about a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cloth, my primer, I'm using just a regular bar primer, and I'm going to sack the bar primer. You'll notice I'm just sacking it up. This is, those of you who are familiar with method shaving have done this many times, are very familiar with it. I'm going to go on ahead and put my cutting balm in here. This is going to help keep the mix. Again, this is, we're building our primer here. Notice I'm not putting anything on my face. I've got a 24-hour beard. Actually a little bit more than 24 hours, so I've got a good, thick, full buttress to work with. There's our, you can see our cloth is fully loaded with primer. We're going to go ahead and fold it over. We're going to take off the primer. I'm going to run it through again one more time to peak it and make it a little thicker. It's running very wet, which is nice, but I want it to be a little thicker because I'm going to be cutting on it for a few moments. Set the cloth here on the side, and I'm going to go ahead and put up the primer as usual. You notice it's very thick, very wet. Those of you again who are regular method shavers have seen this many times. I've shown this in my other videos. You notice you're not sacrificing density or texture or mass. Goes up beautifully. Just like, it looks like regular shaving cream, although obviously it is not. It's much, much wetter, much more dynamic. All right. I take the residue and roll it back into the cloth. I'm going to set the cloth on the side of the tub. I'm using a feather blade today. You can use this technique with any blade you want. I take my cloth, I hold it as a pad, I just fold it over, and I go on ahead and I'm going to do the first brace up. All I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly scrub the beard in a circular motion. Feels very good. Please make sure you only have a 24-hour growth when you do this. Notice I'm building much more mix. Doing this. Hit all the quadrants. There's the second quadrant. I'm running up through the lower first. The third. Notice how I'm working this. It's like a regular facial cloth. All right. I go on ahead, I'll just set it down here. Put up the rest. Smooth out my mix one more time. Rinse my cutting hand. Notice I keep my mix ready to go because I'm going to be stretching this, and I start to cut. Straight down on the north-south axis. I can hear the buzz. See that? There's your second right, lower first. Third. Now I stretch, watch. Then I pick up my cloth and I'm going to fold it over one more time. Now watch this. I rinse my razor. Here comes the brace up. Second form, brace up. Against the grain, shavers, against the grain. Look at that beautiful long stroke technique there. Same thing over here. Against the grain, against the grain. and we keep cutting. This is our second form cut. Nice long lines. Notice the speed is excellent. Bracing it up, picking up the beard, and I'm taking it right off. This is a good, beautiful single blade full first and second form reduction. Other side. Notice I'm hitting that top upper first quadrant on the mustache area, shaving very fast, very accurately. That's your first and second form. At this point, I now open my cloth. Notice it's loaded with nicely congealed primer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to squeeze out that primer. Look at that. Nice and thick. I'm going to put it up. I'm going to cut the third form in just a second. Hopefully you can see this from where you're sitting at your computers, watching this marvelous process take place. According to my cameraman there, I'm right at about 5 minutes. This is a 5-minute plus maybe 7-minute full gloss method shave using this bracing cut. Now,